The Great Barrier Reef, located off the northeastern coast of Australia, is the world's largest coral reef system. Spanning approximately 2,300 kilometers, 1,400 miles, along the Queensland coastline, it consists of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands. The reef is one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth, supporting a vast range of marine life. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most remarkable natural wonders of our planet. A brief history of the Great Barrier Reef. Ancient beginnings. The origins of the Great Barrier Reef trace back over 20,000 years, during the last ice age. At that time, sea levels were much lower than today, and what is now the reef was a series of dry, flat coastal plains. As the ice age ended and glaciers melted, rising sea levels submerged these plains, providing an ideal environment for coral polyps to begin building what would eventually become the reef. The first corals that formed the reef settled on ancient limestone foundations, which were remnants of previous reefs that had grown and died over millions of years. Over time, corals accumulated, slowly forming the vast reef structure we see today. Indigenous Australian connection. Over 60,000 years, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have a deep cultural connection to the Great Barrier Reef, dating back more than 60,000 years. They are considered the traditional custodians of the reef, with rich oral histories, legends, and sustainable fishing practices tied to its existence. Many Indigenous Australian groups have sacred sites within the reef and regard it as a spiritual entity that must be protected. European exploration. 1770. In 1770, the Great Barrier Reef became known to European explorers when Captain James Cook ran his ship, the HMS Endeavour, aground on a reef near present-day Cooktown. His crew was forced to spend weeks repairing the ship before continuing their journey. Cook's expedition marked the beginning of scientific interest in the reef, but it would take more than a century before it was fully mapped. Scientific discovery and protection. 19th to 20th century. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, many marine biologists, explorers, and researchers studied the reef's vast biodiversity. However, it was not until the mid-20th century that the reef's ecological importance was fully recognized. Concerns about coral bleaching, overfishing, and pollution led to protective measures. In 1975, the Australian government established the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, which introduced conservation laws to limit commercial exploitation and protect marine life. In 1981, UNESCO designated it a World Heritage Site, reinforcing global efforts to safeguard its fragile ecosystem. Modern challenges and conservation efforts. Today, the Great Barrier Reef faces numerous environmental threats, including climate change, coral bleaching, ocean acidification, and pollution. Coral bleaching, caused by rising ocean temperatures, has led to large-scale coral die-offs in recent decades. In response, scientists, conservationists, and the Australian government have implemented reef restoration projects, artificial coral growth programs, and climate change mitigation efforts. Despite these challenges, the reef remains one of the most breathtaking natural wonders of the world and continues to attract millions of visitors each year, contributing significantly to Australia's economy and global marine conservation efforts. 10 amazing facts about the Great Barrier Reef, the largest living structure on Earth. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest living structure on the planet and can be seen from space. It covers an area of approximately 344,400 square kilometers, 133,000 square miles, larger than the entire United Kingdom or the U.S. state of Montana. The reef supports an incredibly diverse marine ecosystem, with over 9,000 species. Coral reefs are actually animals. Although corals may look like rocks or plants, they are living organisms. Coral polyps are tiny marine animals that build limestone skeletons over thousands of years, creating the stunning reef structures we see today. It generates oxygen. The Great Barrier Reef, like other coral reefs, plays a role in oxygen production by supporting marine plants like seagrasses and algae. These plants contribute to global oxygen levels through photosynthesis. It acts as a natural barrier against storms. The reef serves as a protective shield for the Australian coastline, absorbing wave energy from storms, cyclones, and tsunamis. Without the reef, the Queensland coast would be much more vulnerable to erosion and extreme weather events. The reef is about 500,000 years old. The modern Great Barrier Reef is estimated to be 500,000 years old, but the current coral formations are about 8,000 to 10,000 years old, having grown since the last ice age. Coral bleaching is a major threat. Coral bleaching occurs when rising sea temperatures cause corals to expel the symbiotic algae that provide them with nutrients and color. Mass bleaching events have been recorded in 1998, 2002, 2016, 2017, and 2020, causing significant coral loss. There are underwater blue holes in the reef. The Great Barrier Reef has mysterious underwater sinkholes, known as blue holes. These deep, circular holes in the reef floor can be over 100 meters deep and are home to unique marine life, one of the best scuba diving and snorkeling destinations. Millions of tourists visit the reef annually, with popular diving spots like the Whitsunday Islands, Cairns, and Lady Elliot Island offering crystal-clear waters, vibrant coral gardens, and incredible marine encounters. Efforts to save the reef include artificial corals. Scientists are working on artificial coral farming and supercorals that are more resistant to climate change. They hope to restore damaged reef sections and increase coral survival rates. Conclusion: the Great Barrier Reef is not just a stunning natural wonder. It is a vital ecosystem that supports thousands of species and plays a crucial role in ocean health. Despite ongoing environmental challenges, conservation efforts continue to preserve and protect this natural treasure for future generations. As one of the most breathtaking and diverse ecosystems on Earth, the Great Barrier Reef remains a symbol of nature's beauty and resilience. However, it is also a reminder of the urgent need for global action to combat climate change and protect our oceans.